Good morning, everyone. In the world in which we live today, the virtue of purity is ignored very much. Almost every day, we hear about the rape cases. The youngsters of today find it very difficult to practice this virtue. In such a situation, Blessed Laura Vicuna is the best example of today's youth. Laura lived in a situation which is almost similar to that of today. She lost her father at a very tender age. Her mother, in order to sustain the family and make her and her sister get educated, started to have an illegal relationship with a man called Manuel Mora. He even tried to trap Laura, but she was spiritually strong enough not to give in. From where did this teenage girl learn this virtue of purity? Though she learned to be self-controlled and refined perhaps at home itself, she started to be deeply rooted in it in the boarding run by the Salesian sisters of Don Bosco in Junín de los Andes. When she was in the second year of her schooling, she enrolled her name in the Children of Mary Sodality on the Feast of Immaculate Conception, which means the purity of Mother Mary. On that day, she and the members promised to live purity and charity fervently. When Laura received the medal, her heart was full of joy. She proclaimed in her heart death rather than sin. She remained as pure as a dove. Rather than becoming soiled with sin, she chose death. Before going for holidays to be with her mother in the house where she and Mr. Manuel Mora were staying, Laura already had the presentiment of what he would do to her. So she intensified her prayer, her fervor, and her mortifications. One of companions, Julia, narrated that Mora intended to educate Laura in order to marry her later. Another lady, who was the good friend of Mercedes, narrated that Mora threw her out of the house in order to be with Laura alone. Mora was very rich and comfortable, surrounded by green, warmed by summer sun. If Laura were to give in into the treatment of Mora and married him, she would have enjoyed as a queen. Instead, this young 12-year-old girl resisted him and managed to escape from him. Mora organized a party for the birth of new sheep, goats, and calves. He invited many people, and there was drinking, dance, and party. He wanted Laura also to join the party and dance with him. She fixed her gaze on Mother Mary and prayed to her for help. She firmly swore in her heart, death but not sin. To his invitation, she decisively said no. In spite of harsh treatment of Manuel Mora, Laura never gave in. The former threw her out of the house and sternly told Mercedes to convince her daughter. Laura was firm and determined in her decision and was not afraid of the dark night. Later, Mora beat Mercedes. Laura didn't want to commit sin. May this young and beautiful saint of Andes inspire the youngsters of today to be pure in their intentions, thoughts, words, and actions. Thus, learn to live with dignity and respect towards oneself and with others. Thank you.